from Churchill, Tennessee, and what I do is I build mandolins.
I'm Billy Baker, and I play fiddle with Tennessee Skyline.
J.C. Radford, and I play upright bass in the band and sing and do some harmony vocals.
I'm G.C. Matlock. I play the guitar, and I'm from Kingsport.
Tommy Freeman.
Tommy Freeman. What do you play, Tommy?
I'm playing 5-string right now.
What is it next week?
Guitar if I need it.
Matthew.
Yes, sir.
What's your last name?
Hurd, H-U-R-D.
What do you play, Matt?
Play dobro.
I've been playing with Tennessee Skyline probably about 3 years. Tennessee Skyline's played several shows. Gosh, we've played all over. A lot of shows at the Natural Tunnel. We've done a lot of stuff in Kingsport, Johnson City, and Bristol. One of the bigger things that we have lined up to do this year is to do Ralph Stanley's festival over on the other side of Coburn. So we'll be over there one day this year. We're all looking forward to that. Some of these guys have. I've never played Ralph's before. I've been there several times. In fact, I grew up there. Once a year, I was always over there, you know, when I was learning to play and everything, but I've never actually stood on the stage. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. Well, my biggest influences in learning to play the mandolin, well, number one, the melody is the biggest influence, or I try to make it that way. But as far as people, I've always liked all of the really good mandolin players. Bill Monroe, of course, and Doyle Lawson, David Grisman. Those are guys that I've paid a lot of attention to how they played and how they went about things. Well, you'll love this story. A long time ago, there was 2 bands that broke up, and some of one group and some of the other decided to put together a band, and there were 2 guitar players. So we literally drew straws to see who was going to be the mandolin player. And I won or lost, depending on how you look at it.
You've been stuck with it ever since.
I've been stuck with the mandolin ever since, but literally we drew straws. If there was a young person that come to me for advice, well, I teach, so I do have people come to me a lot. My advice to somebody that's wanting to learn how to play music of any kind is to find the people that know how to do it and know how to play it the way you want to, you know, what you like. Do your best to get in their good graces and learn, you know. Practice.
A little bit like this right here.
Well, I've been playing with Tennessee Skyline for about two and a half years. I've played fiddle for about 60 years. Well, I worked with most all of them. Bill Monroe and me and Dale McCurry, and played some with Jimmy Martin. And I worked with Carl Story for a long while. Well, when I first started playing, I had a neighbor played fiddle for a lot of square dances, and I got to liking the fiddle. I played banjo a little while, but the fiddle was my favorite instrument, and I stayed with that. A lot of people start out in the country and wind up in the bluegrass, because I guess it's a bigger challenge to play bluegrass, because a lot of it's a lot faster music. And that's what I always felt. Lester and Earl had, you know, show music, and they played a lot of fast instrumentals, and I always kind of copied after Benny Martin. Yeah, my cousin Kenny Baker, you know, he plays fiddle. He's older than I am. He worked with Bill Monroe first, and then I worked with him after Kenny did. And a lot of people got us confused because Kenny and Billy, the 2 Bakers, they never did until they seen us both playing together, they didn't realize that we were the same person for a long time.
Yeah, I've been with Tennessee Skyline from the beginning, and when it started, it's about over 3 years ago. Other than bluegrass, I have played country in some bands. I played with for several years in Roanoke, where my home, well, where I moved from. I played with Inheritance, a band, local band there, and I played with Silverstone as a country band. I played electric bass there instead of upright, and I've been playing for several years, 30 plus years. I moved to Kingsport for my job from Roanoke. Our business moved to Duffield, Virginia, which is close to this area, and so I've been at that in here for about 4 years, and I actually played with another band, Ten Brooks, for a little while, and also with Eddie Trent and a country band, a local country band. I actually started playing banjo about 25 plus years ago, a little while, and found out I was no good at that at all. So we found a good banjo player, so I switched over to bass, and from that point on, I've been playing electric and upright bass, but mostly upright now with Tennessee Skyline. I would describe Tennessee Skyline as being mostly an original. We do mostly original material, a lot of original material. I myself write a lot of the songs, and we do probably 5 to 6 songs in a set of our original material, and we try to stick real close to traditional bluegrass as we can, and a lot of people really like that in bluegrass now, that to keep the traditional sound, and that's what you'll hear with Tennessee Skyline.
Started from a 6-year-old.
Really? So you've been playing for probably about 3 or 4 years at least.
Yeah, 3 or 4, something like that. Well, Tommy Freeman used to have a band named Tennessee Skyline, and he's the banjo picker, and we revived that name and started a few different people in it.
How long ago was that?
Been about 3 years. Lester Flatt and Red Smalley and Tony Rice, all those good ones.
I was born and raised right here in Scott County, Virginia. I started fooling with one when I was about 7 years old. So 48 years. Yeah, I do write a few songs every once in a while. When the notion hits me, I've got a few stashed back, and we use a few when we need one or something. At that little white church, I once was One thing about it, if you do your own stuff, nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. And but I like the old traditional stuff too, because it's been around for years, and if somebody don't keep some of it going, it sort of gets laid back on the shelf and gets dust on it, and nobody don't hear it anymore. Bill Emerson was one of my big influences. Earl Scruggs was my biggest. I probably got into it through a banjo player. It was my dad, and my dad was good at it. He was real good. He done mostly clawhammer banjo picking, but he was very, very proficient at it. One of the best I ever heard.
I've been with the band maybe 2 months now, and I've been playing the dobro. Well, I said 3 years. Well, there's not a whole lot of dobro players around, so I thought, hey, I'm not real good at the mandolin, I'm not real good at anything else, so maybe I'll be good at the dobro. And hopefully I am. Well, I guess everybody's influence is Jerry Douglas, Rob Ickes, Randy Coors, and I've played a lot of electric guitar, so I try to steal licks from electric guitars, maybe Stevie Ray Vaughan or Eddie Van Halen or something, if they'll work in bluegrass context. So they're just a bunch of old pros. Some of them older than others.
Some of them more pro than others?
Yes, no, they're all a good bunch of guys, and it's all real laid back and real professional, so I thought I might could pick up a few tricks.